Hello and welcome to May's Crochet. I am Rachel. It is day 25 of our countdown to Halloween. So every day this month, I am taking one of the pieces of paper out of here at random, and whatever pattern I get, I make it out of this book right here. I did buy this on Amazon earlier this year, which is linked below. However, if you don't want to buy it off Amazon, I have seen it at Michael's. So yesterday we made Krampus, or the Krampus. I'm not really sure if there's an official the in front of it or not. But anyway, here he is. Super cute. I'd almost rather see him than Santa Claus, but I know that's not how it works. But anyway, that was yesterday's video. So now let's find out what we are doing today. Not a lot of pieces of paper left. Not a lot. There's only one I definitely want to get this month. And if I don't get it by the 30th, I will absolutely make it on my own and not even pull from the bowl. A Leshy is what we're doing today. So here he is. Interesting, a little evil, but also cute. Kind of the theme of the whole month, really. But it does look like we are going to have quite a bit of felt cut out to go all the way around here. I don't know if these are supposed to be leaves or what. We'll find out along the way together. Let's see what she has to say. Leshy is a forest spirit from Slavic mythology who protects animals, forests, and marshes. He is mostly benevolent unless someone enters the forest with sinister intentions. In that case, he may or may not tap into his trickster ways, and the previously considered guests will now be considered intruders and will be treated as such. You can create your own little forest guardian with this pattern. May he always look after those in need, including you. In this pattern, we use felt to create leafy details. I know it can be a bit tedious to cut out so many small little pieces, but the more layers you apply and time you spend constructing him, the more awesome he will turn out. You know, he doesn't really need to protect me from the forest because I ain't going in the forest, but that's okay. We're gonna make one anyway. So we have sage green for the body, white for the head, brown for the antlers. No safety eyes this time because we will be making our own felt black ones. And then this darker green for the leafy effect around the neck. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I did not want to do a lot of felt work, but sometimes it has to be done. I did cut a couple of patterns out of the bowl because I was like, no, that's too much felt work. They were wings and I'm like, that is far too much, not doing that. So easy parts first, head and body and antlers, and then we worry about all the felt later. All right, just a white ball. If you saw the Slender Man episode, it's Epcot once again, just a white ball. We have a leg, and now we have another leg. So I'm gonna go ahead and just join them, finish the body. It's all in sage green. It's not that exciting. You've seen me do it a bunch already this month. And then we'll go on from there. We have a body. We have a head. I'm going to put them together and then either make arms or take a lunch break. Still haven't decided, but you'll know eventually. Okay, so I actually chose arms instead of lunch. Technically, I chose hard-boiled eggs as part of my lunch, which means I had to wait on them, so I might as well do the arms, but I still chose arms instead of doing something else. But now I'm gonna go eat lunch. So that is done. I am going to come back at some point to sew them to the body. And then antlers might be the only crochet I have left. Might not be. I've been thinking, I really don't wanna cut out all that green felt to look like little teeny tiny leaves. If I can make leaves small enough, I might just do like a neck piece. I'm still thinking on it. I will practice it before I decide. I just really don't want to cut those leaves out. The face, fine. Leaves, no. But that is to be determined. Right now I'm gonna go eat. All right, we have all the appendages done. Now antlers, I'd already done the arms. So I did have this green yarn, which is almost an exact match for the felt. So wow, that was perfect. I have decided to make little green leaves to sew on. It'll be more like tacking them on, really, just taking the two ends and then tying them on the inside. And that's it. I think this will fit about 8 around for one layer. And if I think it needs another layer, then I'll go in between, like I'll make 7 and then kind of stagger them, you know, for a top layer, but that might be too thick. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to cut out the felt. The book says about 40 pieces that are 1/2 inch tall and 1/4 inch wide. It would be such a mess and I'd be so pissy. I don't know if this takes longer or not, but I would rather do it this way. I just chained 4 and then did 2 single crochets and then 3 single crochets in the last chain to go around to the other side and then 2 more single crochets. Anyway, so I think that's a good size. I didn't actually measure it, but I think it'll work. I think it'll look good. Let's get the ends out of the way. just like all the way around. I'll probably save the leaves for last. It seems like a good thing to end with, but I will go ahead and do all of these appendages first, and then the black felt for the facial features. So yeah. Well, he's almost done. I feel like the head's maybe a little crooked, but we're going with it. Just this, like when I'm looking at it like this way, maybe not. Anyway, it's fine. It's all fine. So just the eyes, and then I guess nostrils. I don't know, it's supposed to be like an animal skull. It's almost like a deer skull or something. I'm not 100% sure. So I think this little half moon will do. There's no guide, except she just kind of said, look at what I did, and this is how big I made it. I don't know. I'm cutting out both at the same time. Hopefully it'll end up the same. I have what I believe will be the eyes and the nostrils, and I'm just going to use fabric glue. I'm not going to use hot glue. I'll try to stay safe tonight. I am the only responsible adult in the house after all. Brad left for conference today. Now this usually does take a while to dry. I don't really know how to apply this. Never actually used it properly. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. That feels off. They don't feel even, and they're wet from the glue. I should have used hot glue. Oh. I'm not. I'm just not. We are heated up. I'm gonna do this, hopefully the better way. Don't know about safer, but better. And the fabric glue transferred some of the black onto this, so I guess we definitely have to put the eye there now. It's frustrating, and I hope the other side dries, because one, yeah, you can see the white. I know I probably put way too much fabric glue on there. It's like the more I angle it, the more evil he looks. Okay, it's hard to tell. Like, I feel like this side doesn't go up as high as this side, but it does match right here and on the same rows down here. It's not 100%, but it's on there. It's staying, and like with the fabric glue, and then the nostrils are totally fine. So with that little incident, I definitely feel far more confident in the fact that I chose not to do the leaves in felt and glue all those teeny tiny pieces on, because I would have tried to use the fabric glue first. I think it would have been too tiny for the hot glue gun, and I would have just burned myself. And then that would have turned out poorly every which way it could have, and I would have gotten mad and quit. However, let's put these on. So I am going to start with one in the middle of the front. I'm just going to kind of pin it on there, like the top, like it's very loose. This isn't like sewn to his body or anything. I'm going into two different stitches, like one there and the one next to it, but I'm coming out the back gently. I'm coming out the back in the same stitch. So I'm just going to tie that and then tuck it in, and hopefully it'll stay. And they'll overlap a little bit, so there'll be more holding it in place, I think. I don't know. I'm winging this completely. Where are my scissors? I do predict that an extra layer on top would be overkill. Tied it off. Cut the loose ends. Tuck them in. She says, there we go. And he is done. I really like how that turned out. Yeah, I'm glad I decided to crochet it instead of cutting out a million little pieces of felt and getting frustrated and tired and quitting. This looks really cute. I'm so happy I went with this. That is day 25 of our countdown to Halloween done. We have 5 more critters to make, and then a display system, which I already know what I'm going to do. I practiced it a little bit, but I haven't actually started it. But I think it's going to be really cute. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. That was weird. That was a weird wave. I'm sorry. Bye.